I think perfect objectivity is an unrealistic goal. Fairness, however, is not. A law is nature under totalitarian rule. Every major food company now has an organic division. There's more capital going into organic agriculture than ever before. To the extent we push meat a little bit to the side and move vegetables to the center of our diet, we're also going to be a lot healthier. The correlation between poverty and obesity can be traced to agricultural policies and subsidies. Corn is a greedy crop, as farmers will tell you. High-quality food is better for your health. The things journalists should pay attention to are the issues that political leadership agrees on, rather than to their supposed antagonisms. You cannot eat apples planted from seeds. They must be grafted, cloned. As soon as you plow, you're releasing carbon. My work has also motivated me to put a lot of time into seeking out good food and to spend more money on it. At home I serve the kind of food I know the story behind. People in slow food understand that food is an environmental issue. This is part of human nature, the desire to change consciousness. Yes, I very much like to have a personal stake in what I'm writing about. The garden suggests there might be a place where we can meet nature halfway. It's not food if it arrived through the window of your car. A lot of what you see in the supermarket, I would argue, is not really food. It's what I call edible, food-like substances. In the amount of time it takes to microwave a TV dinner, you can put something much tastier on the table, I promise. I mean, we're really making a quantum change in our relationship to the plant world with genetic modification. My writing is remarkably non-confessional. You actually learn very little about me. Plus, I love comic writing. Nothing satisfies me more than finding a funny way to phrase something. Perhaps more than any other, the food industry is very sensitive to consumer demand. The congressional leaders set the agenda for journalism. It's not the other way around. Without the potato, the balance of European power might never have tilted north. If you're eating grassland meat, your carbon footprint is light and possibly even negative. Don't eat anything that won't eventually rot. Eat deliberately, with other people whenever possible, and always with pleasure. Bayer's planned acquisition of Monsanto promises to increase concentration in both the seed and agrochemical markets. I hope that if you're cooking 2 nights a week, you can try for 3. How my son discovered vegetables was from growing them in the garden. Shop the peripheries of the supermarket. Stay out of the middle. We are the species who cooks. No other species cooks. And when we learned to cook, we became truly human. To me, onions are the metaphor for kitchen drudgery. Cutting them is hard to do well, and they fight you the whole way. The big journals and Nobel laureates are the equivalent of congressional leaders in science journalism. I don't think of myself as a spiritual person. Restaurants serve supersized portions to make you feel you're getting your money's worth. You don't need to know what an antioxidant is to eat well. You can have intense food experience with less food. Europeans have intense food experiences but eat less food. The euphemistically named crop life America speaks for the pesticide industry. Depending on how you farm, your farm is either sequestering or releasing carbon. The way you support farmers is by shopping and buying raw ingredients. We love salt, fat and sugar. We're hardwired to go for those flavors. They trip our dopamine networks, which are our craving networks. We spend our lives in front of screens, and cooking is one of the best antidotes. Is there any practice less selfish, any time less wasted than preparing something nourishing and delicious for the people you love? I think the most important thing we can teach our kids for their long-term health and happiness is how to cook. It's the embrace of corn-based ethanol that has driven up all food prices. It's not making agriculture more sustainable. Even if you don't think you can cook well, you can cook better than the food industry.